Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the day I finally got my James Charles palette and brush set in today. So, as you can tell by the title, it is going to be my review and me doing a look with it and seeing how I like it at the end. You'll see it in a minute, and let's get started. So the collection does come with an eyeshadow palette. I'll do that last. To show you as I go along with the look. But the first item I want to talk about is this stunning brush tub. It comes with two little clasps on the side, and it comes with all of these wonderful little brushes in there. Now I am using a couple already, so I will let you know which brushes I'm using. But that comes with like foundation brushes, concealer, powders, blush brushes, highlighter brush, little detailed brushes, blending brushes, all of that. And it also comes with, if I can find it in here, I don't have it. Okay, it's the highlight brush blending brush, or their highlight thing to kind of like, pat it in, make sure it's all good. But this I haven't used yet, but I think I'm going to use it in a little bit after my other sponge kind of dies out, just so I can kind of, make sure that it works good for me. These other brushes that I'm putting back in the tub are for the people that I will start doing makeup on professionally by myself outside of Ulta. And then the brushes that I'm using on myself today are obviously for myself, that I'm not going to use on my clients, just because I think it's good to keep your brushes separate than what you would use on yourself. Just a thing. And then the palette, which is pretty much just the same thing that everyone else has been saying. I know I'm late to it, but I haven't been able to film for it and haven't gotten it yet. So this sheet of paper right here is the sheet with all the names on it. So it has the 39 shades. It's the Unleash Your Inner Artist. It says that in the quote right there up at the top, right here. Right here it says Unleash Your Inner Artist. I'm probably gonna stick with like a blue look today because I kind of feel like doing a little bit, more color. I'm not gonna do the same look that everyone else is trying to copy off of him for, and use that as a way to do it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to stick with I want to do something with the blues over here, like the blues, probably these four here for sure, like these four, and then I'm probably going to go in with this light blue shade on the inner corner, just so it kind of gives it a little bit of a pop. But I love the palette. I've played with it before, so I have been wearing it to work and stuff like that. I do think that this is a really good palette, from what I've known so far from it, so I would definitely recommend it for you guys. But the shades I'm going in with are just going to be these 5 blue shades there, and that's about it. But I will now organize my desk a little bit more so I can film better. I'll put it off to the side, and as usual, the Morphe palettes don't really come with, any mirrors, so I have to use my mirror here. I'm using my Jeffree Star mirror. So, but before I do that, I'm going to prime my eyes. Now I don't use a eyelid primer or anything like that. I simply just use my concealer, which is the 24-Hour Studio Fix Smooth Wear Concealer from MAC. That's the one that I've been using for a long time, since they came out with it at least, because it's a really good concealer. So I'm just going to kind of dot it and then blend it out with a brush that is in the collection. And I'm going to put that to the side because I don't need it anymore. And the brush that I'm using to do this with is the M224. It's a Morphe brush. It does come in the collection. I'm just going to smooth this around my whole eyelid space so I can really get it good and primed, just to kind of provide a sticky base for all the shadows that you'll be using. And I do already have my base on. I have my highlight, contour, foundation, and all of that. I just don't have brows or eyes on. I have highlight and lips and everything. So I do believe I'm done with that part. So it should just be a quick, hopefully a quick video. I say that, but you know, lately my videos have been really long. So if you stick through them and you watch them all, I really appreciate it, because I just don't have the money right now for an editing software. Hopefully I can kind of get one soon, just because I kind of need one. Okay, so I really like that just as a first brush to kind of like review it, because these are the first ever Morphe brushes that I've owned. So so far I really do like this. I would highly recommend you at least start to get Morphe brushes, just because, you know, why not? They're great brushes. I think it would be good if you did, just because they're good so far at least. Haven't seen how well they they work and stuff, but we'll see how well they work. But the first shade I'm going in with is going to be Playground, which is that like turquoise color. I'll show you in a minute. So there's the color there. So it comes off a little bit darker because I'm using a darker brush, so you'll see it. And there is straightaway pigment, which I love. I only like to use palettes that have straightaway pigment, or at least buildable pigment, so I can kind of like really make it my own, because that's just what I like to do. And I'm going in with this just to kind of make it a wing. Kind of, I don't know what the look's going to be called, but I'm just going to blend it out with the brush and stuff, take the excess and blend it up. So kind of, but so far I'm really actually liking this palette. It's actually working really well for me. I've used it a couple of times, like I've said in the intro. I have used it a couple of times. I really do think it would be a great investment, just because, it's a good palette. I don't think James would have put something out that wouldn't have worked for everyone. And that's what I like about it, that can be used, anyone can use it, young or old, or however old you are, or whatever it is. Now, the one thing I will say is that he did create a palette that can be used for all ages. So, and what I mean by that is like, since I work at Ulta, I have multiple different people come up to me and ask me questions, and I worked on the day that it launched. But I didn't buy it from Ulta. I bought it from Morphe's website because I didn't want to miss out on it, and I didn't know whether I would get the chance to, be able to get the product yet, because I really wanted to support him, because I really like him as a person. I haven't met him yet, but I mean, if I'm able to meet him, that would be like a dream come true, because why not? I think this color is done. I just want to do like a light wash of color. I'll probably add more in to kind of blend out the edges a little bit more. And yeah, but the brush I used to use the shade Playground on was the M506 brush. That is also a Morphe brush. So done with that one. Put that over there. The next two brushes are going to be the same same brushes, but there's 2 different ones. So in the brush collection, you do get duplicates of the same brush, and I think there's actually 3 of one brush, which I think is like the little tiny detailed brush, but I don't use that. But the next 2 brushes I'm going to be using is the M431. It's just kind of like a light brush, kind of really small, but really detailed, so you can really get the shadows precisely done in there. The next shade I'm going to go in with is shade Brother, which, if you didn't know, that shade Brother is about his brother Ethan. But I'm just kind of gonna make it kind of like a, what was I gonna say? Kind of like an ombre look. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I meant. And this shade Brother, I'm kind of putting it just kind of below the above the crease. If I can speak today, gosh. And I'll worry about the bottom lash line after I'm done with the eye look, obviously, but and just kind of take the access, and kind of blend it into the shade Playground. Had to make sure real quick that I was saying the right name. I'm gonna put a little bit more and kind of blend it. I'm gonna take a little bit more. Now I know that there was some controversy with the shades and stuff by them not like really like working all that well, but then again, Morphe products, you kind of have to expect that with them, where it's not that they don't work well, it's just that they're buildable shadows more so than right away pigment. Now there are some shadows in this that are right away pigment, like the shade You're Kidding Me, which is the red shade, and then also the Rusted and 518. Those are all like burnt orange and reds and stuff. They work really well. I like them. I haven't used them. I've just swatched them, so I'm not really sure how well they work. And also to report, there's not really any like bad fallout or anything, so that's good. So if you don't want a lot of fallout in something, then this is probably the palette for you, which I really like the palette. I love the blues in it. The blues are really nice. And make it look even. I know I look crazy right now, but it may not look 100% good, but you know what? We all learn. The other thing that I like about these shadows are that you can really precisely get the pigment in the way that you want it, and kind of like blend it out a little bit more and make it look really good, which not with a lot of shadows or palettes you can really do that with. but you can for sure do it with this one. And again, I'm just taking the same kind of brush, the M431. Wow, I can't speak at all today. I'm going in with shade Cola, which I don't know what that shade has what meaning that shade has at all, but I'm going to kind of pack it into the crease and kind of all over the lid to kind of blend it out to here. And I'll probably bring it down to the lower lash line. Probably what I'm going to do. So, because it's a darker shade and it just looks good. Actually, I'm not bad at this. I actually like this. Okay, and dip in just to take the very tip of the brush and kind of so I can kind of make the wing and kind of connect it down and drag it around to the front. So I can kind of make it really precise. And normally when I do looks like this, I kind of just I use tape to kind of make the wing more snatched, but today it's not going to be like that. I'm going to take a little bit more and just kind of bring it around down to the lower lash line and this is pretty much not completed, but kind of done. There we go. Now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other eye, and I won't say, I'll probably not say anything, but you know. But I didn't go Black Friday shopping. I hope none of you really did. Just because I had the day off for once, which was really weird because usually I always have to work on Black Friday. So it was really weird for me that I had the day off because normally I never have the day off. So it was really weird having the day off on Thanksgiving, so I didn't have to work. But Black Friday, you always have to work in retail when you work on Black Friday. But that's just a part of the job that you have to realize about. Which it's fine with me because I don't really want to do anything. I'm doing just fine on my own. Tapped off the access just so I can make the wing. Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit more on just so I can kind of like Okay, so the eyeshadow is pretty much done. Just gonna kind of touch up in areas where the pigment is not yet, picked up yet. And just kind of brush over it and kind of make it, cohesive and look good. Obviously, that's what I'm trying to do here, make it look good. And so that shadow's done. Now, don't need to do that anymore. In the shimmery shades, I'm going to do two different shimmery shades. One in the inner corner and one on kind of on the lid, kind of halfway. So it's kind of like a half cut crease, but without actually having to do anything for the cut crease. The first shade that I'm using is Acapella, which I'm not going to use No Fix Plus because generally with, shimmery shades, you always want to use like Fix Plus or something. I always recommend Fix Plus because it's never been a problem with me, but problem for me. But just gonna put it all on my eyes. This really isn't a shimmery shade that you can see right away, especially because I have a dark base on the shade, so you won't see it right away, but So that's what's just part of the shimmery shade. I think it kind of looks good. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might just bring it out to the wing. Why not be extra today? There we go. Okay, there we go. That shimmery shade's done on that eye. Just gonna do the same thing on this eye now, on my right eye. And also, I will let you know that I'm not experiencing any sort of fallout for myself. So I'm personally not seeing any issues with the fallout or any sort of problem like that. So I don't have any problems with the fallout or any fallout period really. So I'm not really seeing any problems with it. But some people say that there's fallout with it, but I didn't notice anything with it, so I'm not really sure where they got that from. But again, I am going to spritz the brush again with some Fix Plus, just so it can kind of be coated. And I will go in with shade Hello, literally Hello. And I'm just going to pat on there, and it's kind of like a light teal blue. Not teal. What am I doing? It's not teal, but I'm just going to kind of pack that on in my inner corner, just so you guys can kind of see. So you'll see it's kind of completed, But I'm going to dip in again, just so I can kind of get the same amount of pigment and inner corner highlight that I want. And I am going to take this and do the access on my upper brow bone, just to kind of, kind of add some to it. And So this look will be complete as soon as I put on my lashes. I am trying to put, not lashes, but, you know, mascara. I am trying out a new mascara. It is from Tarte. It's the Lights Camera Lashes. A Tarte worker came in to alter, or not worker, but representative or somebody from who represents the brand and help, you know, kind of makes everything look good in Tarte. Where we were probably, you know, lacking maybe, if we were lacking, but because whenever I'm over in Prestige, I always try to make sure that every booth is, you know, taken care of. And that's it with that eye. I'll put it in again to get more even coat on it. So this look is relatively complete. I don't think I really need to do anything else. Yes, I do know that there is, you know, mascara right there. I'll clean that up myself, that's fine. And probably right there too, but I'll fix it up. But, you know, quick look for work. I am going to work right now, so yay me, get to work. But yeah, without anything else, there's nothing else that I can, you know, say that I need else to say. But pretty much, I would definitely recommend the palette to you guys. It's definitely worth your money to do that. I'd highly recommend it. Would definitely recommend for sure the palette. But if you have good brushes, you may or may not need them. But I bought them because I did need them, so it was worth my money for that. But I would definitely recommend buying the product because it's honestly a really good product. But I don't think James would put anything out that wouldn't be, you know, good. But yeah, so that is the end of this video. I will probably upload this on our normal time, which is 1 p.m. on every Sunday. My time, which is I think Central Time, if I'm not mistaken. So if you live on the West Coast, that would be, we're 3 hours ahead of California. So I think 11 o'clock. Yeah, 11 to 12. No, 10 o'clock. 10 in the morning would be 10 a.m. PST, but also 1 p.m. our time, and I think maybe 2 p.m. on Eastern time. Not 100% sure, but yeah. So you'll see the video whenever it's uploaded in your time zone, but it'll be 1 p.m. Central Time for Michigan, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.